Good morning, my family. Happy Tuesday, guys. I hope that y'all are excited to trade today. I got to give you guys a big thank you. The channel is growing pretty quickly, guys. We got about 2,700 subscribers, and I think this is wicked freaking cool. $270 in ad revenue last month. So because of you guys, I guess I'm a YouTuber now. That's just freaking cool, guys. So huge thank you if you guys are watching. For those of you that subscribe, always liking the videos. It's awesome, man, right? Now we sit here, we talk about trading, we talk about big money, but to me, guys, that's as cool, right? That's really freaking cool. So huge shout out to you guys, as always, much appreciation. And now we're going to jump in here, guys. So Focus Trades is just waking up over here. We got the development group in the live stream with my brother Chandler right now. Those are our day traders. And then we'll see if the rest of the family here gets waking up soon. But for today's session, guys, a couple of things I want to discuss with y'all. We'll talk about the overall market, a few big picture things to focus on, and then you guys know I like my squeezes. Right? So I've done my work this morning. I ran my scan for the squeezes, and I've identified the ones I want to focus on. But that's the process I want to bring you guys through. Right? There's a handful of daily squeezes right now. Some of them look better than others, and I want to talk to you guys, real brief about how I kind of determine what is a squeeze I'm looking to take an entry in, and what is a squeeze that I'm probably looking to avoid. So with all that being said, guys, let's get jumping in here to Tuesday morning prep. All right, family, so this is a tough level for the market. So last week you had earnings of the big tech names. They're done now, out of the way, and we got the Qs here in this daily squeeze, right? But guys, this is going to be a tough level to break through. You can see the last couple of times we tried to break through this level up here, we end up getting stuffed, and every time, twice, it's led to a reversion to the mean, that nice pullback back to the 21 EMA, which is that white dotted line right here, right? We get stuffed again, back to the 21. So we're pumping yesterday morning, guys, making a nice little beeline towards that level of resistance, and ultimately we get stuffed. And then we look here this morning, and we're coming in a little bit, right? So this is the futures for the Qs, the NQ. So it's going to be a tough level of resistance, guys. These daily squeezes, man, when they can fire, we get all kinds of momentum to play with. But in the meantime, and more importantly, guys, for this given squeeze, just given how tough of a level of resistance this is, I really think things could go either way here, right? I think we can easily break through if all of tech is strong, right? Talk about that in a second. If we can't get enough strength, though, going, guys, I can easily see us getting a nice reversion to the mean from here, right? We come up, get stuffed, back to the 21, we try again, get stuffed, back to the 21. Is that what's going to unfold here again, where we once again get stuffed and then fade back to the 21? So it's a tough level here for the market, guys, for the Qs. And then we look over here at the SPY. Same deal, my friends. We're trying to break through this really, really tough level right now. We did close above it yesterday, but we're fading off here a bit this morning. So there's your kind of heads up for today. On Monday, both of the indexes, guys, tried breaking above a really important level of resistance. This morning, they're fading back underneath that breakout level. So keep that in mind for today's session. But guys, the most important observation that, we made here in the group yesterday is that, you get tech trying to break out at this super important level. And though the daily chart might give you kind of, it looks like tech was strong yesterday, it actually wasn't the case, guys. Now the Qs did end up going up, 1.5%, but it wasn't a strong day for technology. And this is what I mean, guys. If you look across the board, Amazon was down about 1.5% yesterday. Facebook came in a bit yesterday. Google fading off even more yesterday. Yesterday was not a strong day for technology. Yesterday was a strong day, guys, for Apple. Apple had a huge blowout morning, right? Big move to the upside. Now you can see how much of that move they gave up, but nonetheless, the Qs, guys, when you look at tech, it's a basket of technology stocks. Inside that basket, you got Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, etc. What happened yesterday, guys, was one of those stocks in that group had a huge day. Apple was up 4.5% at the highs. One of the names in that group had a big day, while all the other names in that group kind of got sold off, right? Didn't see any signs of strength. So sure, Apple was looking good, but then you had Google just continuing to kind of roll over here, right? We had Amazon continuing to roll over here. And it was the same thing, guys, with a handful of other tech names. So was it a strong day for technology? No. It was a strong day for Apple. And I think that's an important observation here, guys, because if the Qs are going to fire off this daily squeeze and we are going to break out and make that move towards the upside, it's my opinion, guys, again, I'm just one dude here, but it's my opinion, we ain't going to get that move if all of tech isn't strong. Right? Here's how I'm looking at it. At the high of the day yesterday, Apple was up 4.5%. That was only good enough to bring the Qs towards the breakout level. But Apple on its own wasn't enough, guys, to move the whole tech sector forward. So, if they continue to step out of Amazon, Google, Facebook, etc., I don't think Apple alone, guys, can be strong enough to give you a big tech breakout. So heading into today's session and really throughout the rest of the week, as we're trying to break through a tough level of resistance here, maybe getting that daily squeeze firing to the upside, I think it's very important, guys, that we see all of technology getting bought up and not just Apple. If they're going to continue to step out of Amazon, Facebook, Google, etc., then to me, guys, this is a tough move here for the Qs. And if that's going to be the case, then what I think is potentially more likely is that we're getting stuffed here, and then we can see that pull back to the 21 EMA. Now, if Amazon, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Apple, if all of technology was getting bought up like Apple was yesterday, different story. But keep that in mind, guys. Throughout this whole tech rally after we bottomed out in the end of March, every one of these names has been participating. Facebook, Amazon, all of them. Now here we are to break out a really tough level of resistance, and the only one showing signs of strength is Apple. I don't think it's going to be enough. So keep that in mind, guys, as a bigger picture focus. I think that's really something, have as a part of your focus list right now, and just take that kind of bigger picture view of the market into consideration here. And now let's jump into my focus list. All right, guys, so let's get my sheet up here. And I know you guys have seen this in a couple of recent videos, and if you're in the group, you guys hopefully got your own copy here. But this is my book of business, guys. I trade squeezes and I trade pullbacks to the 21 EMA. That is about it. So, I did the scan here this morning, guys. And for those of you who've been commenting and asking, we have a scan in the group that we use for the squeezes. So you want to check us out at focustrades.com. Again, guys, the group is $2.50 per week. It's pretty cheap access to a good scan on top of everything else. So got the weekly squeezes, the daily, the 4-hour, the 2-hour, the 1-hour. What I want to focus on with you guys here is the daily squeeze, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 10 daily squeezes here, guys. How can I narrow down that watch list, right? How can I kind of skim down the list here, weed out some of these names and get, a much more tight, narrow focus. So for me, guys, while I love the squeeze, it's really important to consider where do we want to be taking entries inside the squeeze. And for me, guys, it's always going to be right at that midpoint, right near the 21 EMA. So, when I look at this daily squeeze here on NVIDIA, not only, guys, is it basically in the process of breaking out, it's nowhere near the 21 EMA right now, right? My ideal position would have been taken somewhere over here, right? Next to home base, right near the mean. By the time the squeeze is firing, if you're getting your entry in there, you're already at your profit, right? You're already collecting. So for NVIDIA here, guys, of course, this thing could continue to rip, but my ideal entries are near the 21 EMA, right near the mean. So because NVIDIA is a little bit, guys, beyond my buy point, and get my ass out of the way, I take that off the list, and then that comes over here, guys, to the pullback list. I love the daily squeeze, but I like my entries near the 21, so I'm not ready to trade NVIDIA just yet. I throw it onto the pullback list, right? We got a couple of other here, guys. Let's just kind of fly through these. All right, now we look at Micron. Micron, let me move my ass once again. Much better. Tight daily squeeze, has yet to move, hanging out right at the 21 EMA. That one can stay on the focus list. Amazon daily squeeze. Looking better, right? Yesterday morning, guys, I was completely ignoring this, but as we rolled over, we're getting closer to the 21 EMA. Now this is getting a lot more attractive to me. So not quite ready to jump into this thing yet. I would love for it to drop a little bit more to the 21, but because it's coming in, it can stay on my focus list. Big Google. Google's the Island Frog here. The daily squeeze, guys, we're under the 21 EMA. It's been really shaky, kind of looking sketchy. You know what? That's not looking like something that's nice and tight, getting ready to blow. So we're going to remove that one from the list. Right? And then we've got BABA here. Nice daily squeeze, and we are above the 21 EMA, but we got some tough resistance ahead. This is kind of a brand new daily squeeze. I could see us getting a little bit of a dip here potentially, especially if the market's having a tough time at resistance. So I will keep BABA on the focus list. Visa, guys, that's not one I'm really focusing on. That was just something we were talking about with a member. All right, so let's go through the rest of these really quick. QQQ daily squeeze, nowhere near the 21 EMA. That's coming off my focus list. Tesla daily squeeze. It's my favorite right now. Picture perfect. Reversion to the mean back to the 21. We're chilling out here at the mean, chilling out at the home base, going into day 3 of a squeeze here this morning, guys. I love this one. Daily squeeze, plus it's chilling at the 21. Oof, my God, man, this one's getting pretty. So Tesla stays on the list, as does BABA. So let's do a little bit of cleanup there. Bing, boom. There we go. Right, we're not looking at the Qs, guys, too far gone. And then we've got, of course, Zoom. I'll keep this one on the list, right? Should have been taking my entry a couple of days ago near the 21. Nice move yesterday, but I'm going to keep my eyes on this one, guys. It hasn't really blown up yet. It's still a valid setup. So that's Zoom. And then we've got Shop here. Right. Nope, not for me. Not near the 21. So Shop comes off the list. And then we got Spot and we've got TDD. TTD, already in the process of breaking out, well above the 21. That ain't staying on the list. And then last but not least, guys, we got Spotify, which is under the 21, looking a little bit sketchy here, kind of heading towards that bottom Bollinger Band. Not yet. So there we go, guys. You can start the morning with a bunch of names on your watch list, but then have a couple of things you're looking for in addition to kind of narrow that list. I love me a daily squeeze, but I want to be really picky about where am I going to trade that and where am I going to take my entries. And for me, guys, something like, Micron or Tesla, nice, tight daily squeezes hanging out right there at that 21 EMA. I love that. What I don't love is a daily squeeze on something like the Qs. Already up near the top Bollinger Band, trying to break out well above the 21 EMA. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if we continue to get stuffed here, I think there's a good chance, guys, we could see a pullback towards that 21. Maybe I'm wrong, but nonetheless, guys, if you're taking your position in this QQQ squeeze at the mid-Bollinger Band or that 21 EMA, you've already got your profit, right? If you're buying calls, those calls are already gaining some beautiful premium. If you're shorting puts, you're probably damn near at max profit already. So I love a daily squeeze, guys, but I'm going to be super picky about where I'm taking entries. So that leaves me pretty much with Tesla and Micron is my immediate focus. I like Zoom. I'm waiting for Amazon to come in, but that's about it, guys. So I appreciate y'all watching every morning as always. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Love y'all. Talk to you tomorrow morning.